Welcome to English vocabulary. Let's go straight to the list.
Blind drunk.
For instance, she's blind as a bat without glasses.
Drunk as a lord.
Example: arrested for being drunk and disorderly.
Legless.
For instance, he was legless after his booze up at a nightclub.
Paralytic.
For example, a leaving party which left everyone paralytic.
As drunk as a lord, or skunk.
Example: then later, drunk as a skunk, he asked for a cigarette again. Next example: freezing cold and drunk as a skunk, I am doing the sensible thing and ploughing forward through the snowy city streets toward home, as if I have a purpose. Next example: he was drunk as a skunk, barely standing and being abusive.
As drunk as a skunk.
For example, so I'm feeling guilty because I'm calling an ambulance for someone who's obviously drunk as a skunk. Let's check another sentence. Then later, drunk as a skunk, he asked for a cigarette again. Another example: he's usually drunk as a skunk, or else raising a big stink about something else.
Wankered.
Intoxicated with alcohol or drugs.
Leathered.
For instance, the month started off with the Ericsson Music Awards, and typically I got absolutely leathered on the free booze. Let's check another sentence. She's got a lovely fella, and they're settling down, but she called me leathered from a bar.
Mullered.
For example, we both got absolutely mullered at our work too. Another example: Scary fell off the wagon last night and got seriously mullered before rolling home in the wee small hours singing. Let's check another sentence. You did sound pretty damn mullered last night, hun.
Rotto. Trolleyed.
For example, another good thing about the bar having so much space is that if you are completely trolleyed you won't crash into every chair and table as you make your way to the toilets doing 3 steps left, 2 forward, 1 back and 3 right. Next example. Faced with the problem of needing a cooling drink he could sip without getting trolleyed, he came up with this. Another example. Jan was up for the weekend, which was really awesome, so last night we had a sleepover at Tom's house and got really trolleyed and had fun and it was awesome.
Bladdered.
Let's try it in a sentence. The idea of getting bladdered didn't appeal very much. Next example. People don't seem to realize that if they go out and get bladdered the night before, the chances are they will still be over the limit in the morning. Another example. Try it next time you're bladdered, I think you'll find it's true.
Blotto.
For example, the Christmas before last was a couple of bottles of vodka and I was blotto through most of it. Let's check another sentence. We got blotto. Let's check another sentence. Only thing was, we were completely blotto by that point.
Steamed.
Example. We went out and got steamed.
Steaming.
For example, Jock was steaming after a particularly hospitable hogmanay. Another example. She said she could not remember what she had done because she was blind steaming drunk. Another example. The other 4 girls seemed nice, all of them were steaming drunk, as was I, and all were glad they'd worn thongs.
Stinko.
Let's try it in a sentence. Just this last Saturday we went to San Francisco and got stinko in the rain. Next example. Footage shot by a future director in the early 70s captures the great man getting stinko on an airplane before ambling in front of an auditorium full of fans. Next example. If Mexico is traditionally regarded in Hollywood films as the wilderness beyond the suburbs, liminal space to which Americans go to resolve personal conflicts, think, or get stinko, here the country comes into its own.
Slaughtered.
For example, Jim got absolutely slaughtered.
Plotzed.
Let's try it in a sentence. I remember my eyes crossing and my mind fading back to that really great time on the beach in Cancun 20 years ago when we got totally plotzed. Next example. When we finally arrived back down at the parking lot, we both went to a little sidewalk cafe and got plotzed on the beer.
What do you think of this list? Please share your opinion in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please hit the thumb up and share it. Also, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. By the way, the photos on this video are street photography of London, and don't directly represent the topics. You can find the photographer's Instagram in the description below. If you have any suggestion for the video graphics, please let us know in the comments.